White.
Yep, caught your ass by surprise. I've been living up in the mirror the whole time. And I know what you did with your right hand. No wonder we out of touch. We can't be the same man.
White. White. Wipe it down. White.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining me for Conversations with Taz. And this is Men's Mental Health Part 2. We're going to have some people jumping in and out the whole night. And also, my apologies for my hiatus for the past couple days. Your girl was drained and I wasn't feeling the best, but we're back. And joining me, as always, is DMAC555. And if you do not follow him on TikTok and Instagram, make sure you follow him. The tag is DMAC555. And trust me, you're going to love the content, especially his I got time to be petty stuff.
So today, I'm gonna just say this, and I really need all my white people to listen to when I'm saying this. If it doesn't have anything to do with you, just mind your business. If we ain't talking to you, if we ain't talking about you, if we ain't talking about your cousin, your brother, your uncle, your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your grandpappy, then stay out of it. Just stay out of it. It's not for you. Good Lord. Kiki, I'm gonna get you later. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna see you on Saturday, and we're gonna see if you're gonna be cute on Saturday.
No, but he's not wrong though. Those silky smooth vocals be talking to our soul.
Good Lord. Okay, let me go back to what I was saying. Good God. Got me off topic and everything. But I'm just like, because there's a video circulating around. You've probably seen it now that you're back on TikTok. Thank God, because it's been dry. It's been really dry.
Well, I try to bring the moisture.
But hey Brittany, what's going on? How you doing?
It's Brittany, babe.
So there was a statue of a pig with a fist on it. And this white man decided to throw himself into this conversation that did not need his opinion, nor did they want it. But y'all always sitting here judging something that ain't got nothing to do with you. I wonder why that is. But
there's a whole nother white man who's a civil rights attorney who had the audacity to question Juneteenth. Oh, I downloaded his video. I will be disseminating that, and y'all can look forward to that video tomorrow because y'all know that read. And y'all know when I put these glasses on.
Girl, I'm telling you. But wait, hold up. So here's the funny thing. So I had a read on Sunday. It was tea time. Yeah, so I got to flip my non-existent hair. I had a read on Sunday with tea time. I had a cameraman and everything. I went full ham, right? And within 5 seconds.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me preface this because he is not doing this read justice. Okay. Yes, he had a full production crew. Okay, he even cut to the cameraman to be like, "Should I go on?" And the cameraman was like, "Yeah, go ahead, go on." But okay, he served this person tea and crumpets and snatched the tea and crumpets from them mid-bite and mid-sip. Okay, he read this person so much for filth that I felt like I should have been sitting in the corner. Okay, he felt like you went to Big Mama's Sunday dinner and told her that her macaroni and cheese stank. Okay, he bitch slapped this person verbally so bad that I think that their face is still permanently contorted to this day. But go ahead. You sitting there talking about, well, I just had a read. Like it was a simple read. No.
Again, I'm trying to get to Drew's level. I ain't there yet. Once we get to Drew's level,
I think you are. This past read, you snatched his. Okay. Anybody watch the show Dead Like Me? And
Jasmine Guy episodes.
Jasmine Guy has a character in this show, okay? And there was one time this dude pushed her to the limit where she broke the rules, reached into his chest and pulled out his soul, shook his soul, and read his soul. That's what D-Mac did. That's what D-Mac did. He just did it verbally.
But to put the context on it, good Lord, I can't. I'm done with you.
It's a beautiful unit, and it comes with the earrings.
So, not even 5 minutes of it being up on TikTok did I get a community guidelines violation for harassment and bullying. Now, who blocked this in 5 seconds? I don't know. It's still, the appeal is still under review as we're speaking.
Oh, go to LinkedIn and type in the search bar TikTok moderators, and you'll find out who. But you didn't hear that from me.
So if you guys want to see the read that's in question, it's on my YouTube channel, DMAC34. You can go look at it. It's right I have a compilation of I Have Time to Be Petty. All of them are there. And you can go and look and enjoy, have your tea, have your crumpets, have whatever snacks you want to have. And you can just sit back and watch me read these people for filth because I ain't got time for it.
First of all, get you a good, strong beverage. Drink it before you start the video. Then start the video. I'm trying to save your health, okay? Because I've been through this playlist, and
you only saw half of it. You can see the whole thing.
Because when we got off the phone, I went through the rest of it. Don't play with me. You know I'm a D-Mac fan. Don't play with me. I am the number one D-Mac stan. Do not play with me. D-Mac don't put nothing out that Taz don't see. Don't play with me. And get you some good cheddar popcorn and sit back, get comfortable, baby, and get you some pearls because you're gonna clutch them for the other person.
But let's get to the topic at hand. I'll need a hot toddy. Good Lord, I cannot. No. See, what we not gonna do, Kiki, is we not gonna sit here and act like we need hot toddies all day. What we not gonna do.
I'm just saying.
But let's get back to the topic at hand. So this week.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This week and last week, it has been an up and down. There have been so many things that have happened across the United States that, it's been trying.
Yeah, but I still got questions for y'all.
Oh, Lord. I dread the questions.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
Bobby J and Caleb be putting in we gonna be late. I think they be trying to see what you say before they come on here.
I think so too, because I think they be like, you know what? Either we gonna match or we not gonna match. Either one.
Because after you answer like 2 or 3 questions, they magically appear. Okay. So one of the questions we couldn't get to, I'm for full disclosure, I'm going through the questions that we didn't get through the last time.
No worries.
Have you discovered your life's passion?
Oof. Well, that's a threefold question. So I'm going to answer it in 3 parts. First, I'm still looking for what my exact passion is. Now, do I have a diversion of passions? Yes, that's part 2. We're going to get to it in a second. So to say I found my one singular passion, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. When I wake up, when I go to sleep. Unfortunately, no tea, no shame. That doesn't exist for one person. Now, do they have one singular thing that they're good at and they like doing? Yes, but for the most part, I can speak for me. I have a multitude of things that I do like doing, and I haven't found my one singular passion yet. Now, the two part there, now, as my cousin has graciously pointed out and threw me underneath the bus for half of the time. That's right, I said it.
First of all, you joined me all day today, so payback.
Anyway, I have a couple of things I like doing. I like writing. I like singing. I like reading people. I like doing photography. So I have a lot of things that I like doing, and I'm trying to again hone each and every one of them so that I'm not burning myself out, but I'm actually trying to my best to excel at each one of them. Now the third part of that is, if you're not going to give your 100% to whatever it is that you're doing at the time, then it's not a passion. You're just existing there.
I agree, but okay. I have a caveat to this question, just because you know this, the rest of the public doesn't. I had a postgraduate professor who was married to another postgraduate professor of mine, and they believed collectively that you should just have one focus and one focus alone. And my thing is, if you have multiple passions, is that really a failure? Or does that mean that your brain is more of a bouquet than other people? And is that a bad thing?
Well, see, it comes down to the quote that where a lot of people have quoted, but they don't quote the whole thing. A jack of all trades. But it's a jack of all trades and master of none. But see, here's the thing. That person is literally making sure in their mind to compartmentalize, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this. I'm going to work to make sure I'm great at each and every one thing, even if it takes me time to master each. But see, I'm not going to sit here and stop and hold up my blessing by focusing on just one thing.
And I'm glad you brought up that quote, because when people go a jack of all trades but a master of one, that means that you mastered each of these trades and then you stopped. You did not allow yourself to go any further. Once you mastered it, you stopped giving that service. You stopped giving yourself to that, even though you may have enjoyed it. And that's where people get confluffled, where they're like, "Oh, well, that no." When you stop, that's where you stop your. Because when people go, because I've had people say to me like, "Well, you act like you've lived 57 lives. If I bring this up, you can relate to it," because I have lived a lot of lives. I have dabbled in a lot of different career fields while I was trying to figure out myself. I did spend a lot of time learning things, going through college, getting degrees and things, getting certifications and things, because I wasn't sure where I wanted to be. And now I am. That does not lessen my experience. It does not lessen my passion. Like, I keep up my nursing license because I feel like if you're near and dear to my heart, nobody else can take better care of you than me. And I want to keep up those licensing. So if you get sick, I can come through, even if it's just in an advisory position, but I still held those positions. Then people are like, there's no way you could have done that. Baby, it does not take long to establish yourself in a career if you're good at it.
Sure enough.
I've been a wedding coordinator. I've worked in PR. I've worked in marketing. I continue to work in marketing. Like, calm down. Whoa, Jamal, don't pull out the gap. Calm yourself down.
No.
And it is okay to not have your life planned out. Nobody said by a certain age you had to do anything. And I believe that me as a woman, I get more leeway to a certain extent, because I get more leeway, but I still get criticized for it. But correct me if I'm wrong. Men are expected to graduate high school and have their whole lives planned out. Am I wrong?
Continue and then I'll talk.
That's how it's been presented to me. Not in my family, but when I've watched men around me, it's like at 18, men are supposed to have everything figured out. And I don't get there.
So I'll say this: with the current culture that our parents, grandparents, great grandparents have grown up in, and the over majority culture that has influenced that, especially for Black men, um, being that most of the time the choices and decisions that were made against our will. We didn't have a choice until honestly after the Civil War, and even then, that choice was still about yay big for what you could or couldn't do. And so when we were able to have more leeway, more wiggle room to say, those expectations grew for what we were supposed to have done, what we were supposed to have planned out, what we were supposed to be already doing by the time we quote unquote came of age. So all those things, all those factors, and now with the society as it is now, I will say this: the the slacking, honestly, I'll say came into full effect after the 70s and 80s. Because if you look at Black people before, in the 40s, the 50s, and 60s, I think was a great period for everybody. I don't think anybody escaped out of those. So the 60s was a gray area. It was gray. That was a dark time for all of us. A dark time was had by all.
I get where you're going, and historically, I would say you're absolutely right because as we start to slip into the 70s, unfortunately, Black men, let me say this, the church began, the Baptist church began to become secular in their ideals, and it started to become prevalent in the Black community that way. And let me
Hmm.
explain to y'all what I mean. Christian churches, you just like chattel slavery, will use the labor of Black people to build their churches, literally build
Hmm.
churches, and
Oh
then
yeah.
foundation of their churches. But these people who put their blood, sweat, literal blood, sweat, and tears into these churches couldn't sit in the general congregation, but they could tell their white neighbors, their white bosses to come to this church. And then when we get to the 70s, you had Black men once again emulating what they thought white men were doing in their homes. Now, some of them got it right on point, but it doesn't make it right because these white men were extremely narcissistic, toxic, and abusive.
Oh yeah.
And that caused a great migration of Black women because you had white women that were like, "Well, I don't have any discernible skills. I can't leave him." Where Black women were like, "We've been slaves, we've been domestics, we've been this, we've been that. We can make it without them. If you're going to treat me like crap, get out my house because this house is in my name at this point. Or I built this house. You have no claim to it. Or this is under my father's name."
And
Because
see,
there were a lot of women who lived under their father's names. And even to this day, like I have protections under my father's name. There are things that cannot be taken from me because my father keeps it in his name under my protection until he dies. And then I have brothers that are going to step in that still understand the patriarchy, where I have full reign and full control over it. But on paper,
so
and this is where the change started. Now they'll try to tell you it's the welfare queen first of all, the welfare queen that Ronald Reagan tried to feed to y'all was not even a Black woman.
it was a white
And
woman.
that woman is in prison because of murder, not welfare fraud.
Yeah. So let me just say this because we're gonna join these 2 points here, in case anybody gets lost. So when I say the work ethic and the actual work compensation that was done by Black people in up into from basically from slavery up until the 1970s. Remember, you got to remember a lot of the jobs that were done in factories and things, most of that manufacturing stuff was all done here. And honestly, you don't see that migration of everything being outsourced until we get to the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and so on and so forth. Because now the taxes are getting higher and higher for them to manufacture here, and they don't want to do that. Again, corporations want to make money. And the only way to keep that money is to pay cents on the dollar in another country and then import here. So when I say that men had those expectations, and now with black men, see, here's the thing. I won't say black women were not out here working them fields just like us, getting the job done, doing a better job than most of us for the most time, because half the time we were God only knows what we were thinking back then. I can't even speak for nobody. But when we moved into a workforce where we were, working to, outside the home and not on a farm for the most of our lives, the expectations grew as we gained sentience over our own self. So, like, if you lived in a city and you were able to get a job as a printer, as a bookkeeper, or whatever it was that you would get a job as, those jobs were earned through internships and apprenticeships. And once those apprenticeships stopped being done, once those things, we had the switching of gears from us being hardworking or trying to be hardworking in a system that, again, does not benefit us. We had to change from going from hardworking to now we become the entertainment. Because if you look, before the apprenticeships, before the jobs started being shipped out across the seas, we were doing those, and black women were right next to us doing those jobs, doing what we had to do to survive, being paid way less than our white counterparts, and black women way less than black men. But
there was a tax afforded to black women, and when people say, "Oh, well, black men didn't want to marry black women because of their attitude," no. It was started through racism that black men would avoid marrying black women because of the taxes that were attached to black women starting at the age 16.
Yeah, gotta get their money. All about that money.
And the greatest earners, especially on cotton and coffee farms, were black women.
Yep.
And mostly because they kept breeding us. And I don't know if you've ever been in labor, but if you've ever been in labor, and if somebody says you can't take a break until you hit this moment and contractions start, especially if your water breaks, even through that pain, you gonna be expeditious because you need to lay down. Not because you're weak, because your body needs that to save your baby.
It needs the energy.
And it also needs the positionality. So for all of y'all that heard that we black women were just dropping babies in the field, girl, go through labor. You're not just dropping a baby anywhere. Because depending on how your baby decides to be born, y'all heard me, depending on how your baby decides to be born, you cannot just be standing upright or leaning over picking something and the baby drops out. That's not how that works.
So those expectations, yes, meant those expectations. When we had to change from doing actual hard work to actually just trying to entertain people to, earn a living, those expectations changed. And now, we have the people we have now in entertainment acting a pure T fool for the white folk out here who
Yeah.
don't care a lick about nobody.
And just as a reminder, like I said, I know there are some very bogus male podcasts out here, but we have Here We Journey podcast by Pastor Greg, and Two Men with Mics podcast. You can type those words into YouTube and you can find them. Um, but one more question we'll tackle before we do an ad,
Okay,
because I'm trying to hold off on the videos until everybody else is able to join us.
got it.
What is the best life advice you have received?
I would say the best life advice I've received. Now, whether y'all want to believe me or not, that is up to you. I will not make windows into people's souls. That is not my job. Jesus is not hiring, and I'm not putting in my application. So I'm gonna preface this by that. But the best life advice I have received, this was, oof, oh, this was a good 20 years ago. I can say that now.
And y'all give a happy birthday to D Mac.
Yeah. So this was a good 20 years ago. I was walking downtown in my city, and I don't know even know what I was thinking about. I really don't. To this day, I still don't know. But this person had talked to me, had said something. Now, I'm going to say this: the name my grandfather called me. Nobody knew this name except for immediate family and my grandfather.
Okay,
So
don't say it behind me.
no, I'm not. So the fact that this person called me that caught my attention because I'm just like, how do you know that name? That's not knowledge. And the fact that he knew exactly my name and said it in the same exact tone and timbre as my grandfather, it just threw me off balance. And he was just like, so I don't know, whatever you're waiting for, just go for it. And I was just like, well, what do you mean? He was like, just go for it. Don't sit there and keep waiting for it to just fall in your lap. I was like, okay. And when I looked down, and when I went to look back up, that person was gone. So I didn't see him walking down the street. I didn't see him walking across the street. I didn't see him behind me. I don't know where he went after he finished saying what he said to me. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Brittany. And I was just like, it made me think because one, he caught me off guard by calling me a name that nobody has called me since my grandfather passed away at 12. Nobody has called me that. And I did not allow anybody to call me that. And the fact that this person literally called me that and then gave me that advice, which I'm going to be honest, I still haven't taken. I'm going to say probably not up until now. But
we can be hard-headed.
Yeah, well, as probably both our mothers have said to us at one time or another, a hard head make a soft behind.
Hey, you don't have to bring me into this. Though.
Is that Pastor Greg down there?
Yes, that's Pastor Greg.
Well, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I didn't know his government name like that.
Shh. Anywho, why you get okay? Anywho, we gon' this is the final time I'm going to run the Juneteenth ad. Just because
It's Juneteenth.
And given the dragging that we've gotten online regarding Juneteenth, I'm petty. We'll see you all in 2 and 2, and we'll be back with you. Always, invite your friends, come along, and make sure you hit the bell and subscribe so that you get all the updates and everything. And I know I owe you all some updates. So tomorrow I'm going to do my best to do a full episode with all the this.
You're going in and out. You're going in and out.
Oh, Joseph. Ugh.
Sorry.
Not that with the technology that I keep trying to get people to invest in.
Yep. I figured you'd rather hear from me than from them.
Oh, they'll text me and put it in the comments.
I know, which is why I said. I'm done. Pastor Greg, go to bed.
Just get the job. just get the job.
You want punishment, Pastor Greg. You want punishment.
And just so y'all know, Pastor Greg, can you put in the comment section the link to your Etsy store? He does amazing resin work. So go check him out. It is amazing. What?
Yeah, Pastor Greg, you want punishment. Me and Jesus gonna have a conversation. We gonna talk about you. Yep. Yes, sir. We gonna have a conversation. You want punishment?
Okay. Here's a. Let me get my potion. Jesus, Mary, and a billy goat. Hold on. What is a lesson that took you too far long to learn?
I don't think we have enough time. I don't think we have enough time, but
baby, we got nothing but time. Cause on this show, we talk about Bruno.
I'm gonna be honest. The thing I've learned the most that took me a very long time, and I think most men are still not able to grasp this, is to be comfortable in who you are, no matter what it is, whether you're comfortable with not knowing something, whether you're comfortable with not being 100% at this, that, or the third. Um, and stop caring what people. Man, why is it that we will sit here and gas each other up for no apparent reason and lying? And I do mean lying. I am a human lie detector for the most part. I can tell when you are lying. I'm not playing.
Right.
Sitting here lying, saying you doing this, that, and the third, and you haven't even done anything. I have watched people so bad. It is bad that I have literally watched people most of my life, and I could literally the ticks and shenanigans that people do when they lie. It's ridiculous.
Because here's my thing. I know that there's a subgroup, and I'm saying a subgroup of men that go, we don't like independent women. But in the same breath, they're like, well, we need a woman who's willing to pay 50-50. First of all,
Which is it? Pick a side.
Woman is just an adult woman. An adult woman who has a job that can pay bills. So you're saying you don't want an adult woman who can pay bills, but you want to get into a relationship, and this woman is supposed to magically overnight be able to pay bills?
Again, like I said, and I'm gonna keep saying it until y'all sit here. The locker room talk that has been had in locker rooms, y'all need to cut it out. Y'all need to cut it out.
First of all,
now,
the locker room talk.
Wait. Hold on. Wait.
That they're saying is locker room talk. You men think that y'all saying disparaging things about women? As somebody who has been in combined locker rooms with just men and locker rooms with women, baby, what women say is far worse. So you might want to
hush. This is our chat. You can have if you want your own chat, start a women's chat. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway,
where's my auntie at? I don't like you.
Don't make me pull up this phone.
Never mind. Go ahead. What you got to say? Go.
You better get it together, woman. Anyway, the locker room talk, y'all got to cut that out. That it's not conducive to your mental health. It's not conducive to anything that's going on in your life. Why? Because for the most part, half of it is lies. The other half is disparaging against other people who you don't even know or even care about. So what does it benefit you to put somebody down? What does it benefit you to put this woman's business all out in the street? What does it benefit you to literally make someone feel less of a person? It doesn't. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to be the same empty person that you walked into that school, and when you leave, you're still going to be empty here. So I'm going to need you to actually figure out what it's going to take for you not to be empty. That's what needs to start happening. And I'm not saying that you guys can't banter back and forth. That's not what I'm saying. Hear me very clearly. I'm not saying that you can't banter, but there's a point where y'all take this banter to level 29 when it should have stayed on 4.
Yeah, because if you are in a relationship with somebody and you all get to the point where you decide to cohabitate, you cannot claim yourself to be the man of the house and you have to keep asking someone else where something is. How y'all been living in the same domicile for years and you don't know where anything is? You don't know how to clean anything else up. You don't know where anything goes. You don't know the normal grocery list. Your partner can order for you, but you can't order for your partner. How are you the man of the house?
See, and that's the thing. And I'm going to say this. And I know me and Bobby Joe and Kate, and what's his name?
Which one? Caleb? CJ?
It is Caleb?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I was about to call him Caleb, and I wasn't sure if that was his name. So I apologize in advance, Caleb. I didn't want to call you by
because me and Caleb, we got a pay-per-view fight that's coming up. Because
Oh, good Lord. I'm not in that.
We about to
You
throw
about to
hands.
tussle on your own. But I'll say this, with men not having, see, here's the thing, is the same attention and the same because we spoke about this last week. I know we did. The same ferocity that they will sit there and guard these girls for their own reasons, some of them. Guard these girls from talking to other men. They don't give the same attention. Not saying that you're supposed to sit there and guard your sons. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is you don't raise them to think outside of the box and be like, this is how you treat a woman. You don't treat, she's not an object. She doesn't belong to you. She's not something for you to, she's not a prize for you to obtain. She's a living, breathing human being, and you need to treat her as such. We don't give that instruction to the boys growing up. Now, I'm going to say this, and whether the Gen Z comes at me sideways or not, I don't care. Now, in that same breath, Gen Z, let's be real. Y'all do not know the efficacy of actual hard work. Y'all will sit there, and y'all say millennials will just want things handed to them, but y'all in the same boat. The same boat. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Y'all in the same boat.
Gen Z wants participation trophies, but let's roll it back to Gen X, and let's be real.
That's on you. I can't. That's
let's
you. Best agree.
Let's go from the lost generation to the boomers to Gen X through millennials and even through Gen Z, because the same thing has held true. And y'all know I'm an advocate for anybody who needs advocacy. And there are men that do need advocacy, and there are other men that need a kick in the ass, because there are far too many men who have been coddled, where their sisters have been conditioned to take care of them after their mothers pass. And their fathers have been conditioned the same way. Let's call a spade a spade. Now, you have some mothers who broke free from that mentality. And if you think I'm joking, look at how your mothers are treated. Are your mothers the black sheeps of the family? Did your father pass? Who's there for your mother? They don't like her because she decided to raise her boys different. She decided to teach her boys how to cook, how to clean, how to be an independent individual, where everybody else in the family was coddling the boys to prepare them to be taken care of, to have a second mother. That's not love. And that's why it was so easy for these men, that current men, especially the men with podcasts, and I'm using this as a general term, go out and go, well, you're not like my grandma. Your grandma was a single mama, let's be real, who was abused and in a toxic relationship that she couldn't get out of. She was there to take care of your grandfather, not to love him, because he wasn't even getting his goodies off with her. He had a whole family across the street.
So I want to play this clip, and it's from YouTube. So YouTube, you can't community guidelines. It's from your own website. So shut up.
Well, hold on. Let me feature you on this.
So hold on. Let me make sure there's not a commercial.
No, I just want people to be able to see what you're doing.
I learned to shout. What does it mean? What does it mean, Mama? I tell you the story because I was raised the Chinese way. I was taught to desire nothing, to swallow other people's misery, and to eat my own bitterness. And even though I taught my daughter the opposite, still, she came out the same way. Maybe it is because she was born to me and she was born a girl, and I was born to my mother and I was born a girl. All of us like stairs, one step after another, going up, going down, always going the same way.
So you can take me off feature now, because now I can make my point. So in that clip,
Oops. Sorry.
so in that clip, you see the mother of the daughter in the situation explain that the way her mother raised her, she tried to raise her daughter the exact opposite. Literally, so instead of meeting in the middle, still embracing her Chinese culture, but raising her to not be like how her mother raised her, she raised her completely at the other opposite end of the scale. And what happened is it still backfired on her. So instead of her melding her new life from her old life, she did the exact opposite and raised her daughter to do exactly what she did or what her mother did. And so it's the same for men. Hold on. I'm getting there. I'm gonna make my point. I'm circling back. So see, with men, those same ideologies, the same ways that the patriarchy and white supremacy have raised black men to constantly sit there and not do anything. They have fostered that attitude there, because I can guarantee you, back in the mother country, you weren't sitting on that. What? You better get out of this house and do something. And see, we've gone to that mentality. As long as we're working for somebody else and not for ourselves, or to do something on our own, that's fine. And what we do at home, we don't have to do anything. Let the wife take care of all that. That same way that white men treated their women in the 50s, 40s, and 30s, and so on and so forth. We adopted that and be like, oh, so that's how you're supposed to treat women. Fine. Let's bring up our boys to do the same exact thing. And we still haven't broken free of that. We're those, like she said, we're all stairs going up, going down, but all going the same way, and not realizing that we're on a maze and we need to get off.
But let me give you some insight into the plight of a black woman.
Ooh.
Our black mothers are bred to be in competition with us. They fight with their mothers, and what they lose to their mothers, they try to gain through their daughters. Because when a black mother becomes a grandmother, that's when they feel like they can rest. But you, as a black mother, you can never rest. You can never be sick. You can never be anything. I'm living, breathing proof of this. I broke an ankle and had a severe concussion. You know, when they give you that list, like, if this happens to you, come back to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on that list happened to me in front of my mother. She would not take me back to the emergency room because I needed to do the dishes at my house, because I left 2 dishes in my sink that morning. And that's how they're conditioned to be. And the messed up part about it is, sons are conditioned to look at their sisters as if their sisters are princesses, and that their sisters have been spoiled and given passes their whole lives.
They foster that.
Where the sons don't realize what the sisters actually have. Like, I have brothers right now, they're like, well, you've been no. Am I spoiled now by my father? Because yes, my father, because of my mother's death and what I handled during my mother's illness and my mother's death, where my brothers were not there other than to their wives at, well, only one of them was married at the time, and if you followed me for a while, you know which one of the wives I'm talking about. Made it about them and brought their friends around to make a spectacle of my mother dying, which compounded my trauma.
Yeah, so to add to your point there,
is, when you're going through that, and even to this day, my brothers are like, oh, well, you got catered to. No, the fuck I didn't. If I was catered to, I wouldn't have been the one person with my granny, my mother's mother, to go to the funeral home to view my mother the day before her memorial service to make sure everything was okay. My brothers weren't there. But we're
Yes.
still looked at as the weaker of the sex. Because even when we go back to chattel slavery, everybody talks about what the men went through. When we talk about the civil rights movement, we talk about what the men went through. But we don't talk about the fact that the women set everything up and the men came through, gave a speech, and walked out, and the women had to put the pieces back together after they left.
So, again, to add on to your point, ma'am, again, get your own women's podcast, ma'am. Get your own.
It's my show. I can make it about whatever I want to make it about.
I don't care.
You should. Where my auntie at? I'm gonna start having her on here.
And I'm gonna make a phone call. Test me today. You can raise them glasses.
It don't matter if I got her on camera. I got proof.
And
Wait a minute.
who's she gonna believe? Who's she gonna believe? You or me?
First of all, I'm gonna send her some certain delicacies.
My mother is not that easily bribed with food. I'm gonna tell you that now.
I'm not talking about food. I was talking about
It's the same way. My mother is not that easily bought. But anyway, to tag on to your point, my sister, who Jesus, I'm not gonna get in trouble for this, but it works in the same way. My sister believes that now again, my mom was not your typical black mom. I'm gonna be honest. See, the Gardners, I can say that because there's a lot of them. So you can research and you will find a lot of them. Yeah, they didn't play when it came to things that needed to be done, and there was no second time for talking. Yeah, that was a one talk household. So if you didn't move when she said move, and that went for when the dad said move, then you caught them hands. And that was just that. Now, was my mother a little bit more, we're going to give them a chance, but don't push it. And it was equal opportunity all around the side.
close to the edge. I need you to bring her to this room.
Yeah, no, she's yeah, no, I won't.
Oh
But
I know what she had for dinner tonight. She knew
so
my own tonight.
and see, for the most part there, now both me and my sister are 4 years apart. So for the most part, whatever we could handle or do, making sure our rooms are clean, that things like such as that was fine. It wasn't until, I'm gonna say around 8, 9, those chores were upped and you had to make sure they were done before she got home. Because again, we were latchkey kids. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We were latchkey kids. So you could come in, make sure that door was locked, and you knew there was a certain timetable that when that person came home, that stuff needed to be done, i.e. your homework, the chores, making sure there was nothing laying around or no.
And you better make sure you took whatever food your mama told you take out the freezer.
Yup. Don't leave. Don't say you didn't hear.
Because the last thing you want is butter noodles for dinner.
So
that's one thing we always had on deck. And if you ain't never went to sleep because you decided to buck the system and you went to sleep with just butter noodles on your stomach, bet you'll never forget to take that food out the freezer again.
Nope.
And run some hot water over it.
Yep. So She constantly feels that my brother and I were favored, and vice versa. Now, I will say this: whenever my brother and sister are around me, I don't know what it is between the two of them. I don't know, but it constantly feels like they're vying for attention from either me or my parents.
Well,
I don't
technically,
get it.
they're both first children. That's what it is.
And I'm just like, babe, okay, I can't, you can't split me in half here. You can't split me in half.
I mean, we
I'm
do.
only one person.
They said it in the Bible. Technically, we do.
Girl, I'm pretty sure on some occasions they wanted to, because if I
No,
was spending if I was spending time with him, she would be like,
no, I
if
know where
I
you're coming from because you know my situation,
hmm
and my older brothers from two different spectrums because they're technically both the firstborn. They were vying for that firstborn spot, and I didn't get it until I am 45 now. I didn't get it until I was like 43. I'm
ooh,
going to admit that to y'all. I did not get it. And then I got it. They were vying for that top spot because I don't know how it is in other families. I'm not even going to say just for Black people in general, but in Caribbean families, that oldest child spot is coveted.
yeah,
And they were vying for that spot, and they didn't realize that they had that spot in their respective families that they were predominantly raised around. They were trying to cross over where the families were like, there's no reason to cross over. There's space for both of you all. And to this day, we're still in my situation. I don't know yours, but in my situation, we're still waiting for them to like figure out like nobody's taking away from you. We're trying to figure out that we're waiting for you to figure out that you hold this spot. Like we didn't take your spot away from you, even though we should.
but yeah, no, yeah, that first. See, here's the problem. Here's the thing. The two coveted spots here, and I'm gonna say this pertains to any family here, because I've noticed that. Um, if you're the firstborn or you're the youngest in either family, those tend to the unfortunately the middle child is the middle child shenanigans is the truth. No tea, no shade. It is the absolute truth.
He's right because I am the middle child.
And they're all overachievers. They're always trying to outshine their brothers and sisters.
Okay, first of
Because
all, stop coming for my neck.
first of all, I wasn't even talking about you.
You said the middle child. You coming for my neck.
My sister is the middle child. Again,
And I am, first of all, I am the most educated and the most accoladed. Let's be clear. And
again, that was not a dig at you. See,
I worked hard for that, especially since I'm surrounded by testosterone.
anyway.
And it stinks, y'all. Testosterone stinks. It's ill.
Okay, can you let me finish? My
Don't
God.
be bad shit. I tried to have you spotlighted through this whole montage, but you said to take you out of it. Shit.
Anyway, so so those two spots, Pastor Greg back me up. Let me know if I'm right or wrong there. But those two spots generally are people. What?
Keep talking.
Those two spots are generally the two spots that people are, you know, get the most either flack for or accolade for, one of the two. And it's unfortunately the person who's in the middle who does suffer. Because I mean, okay, take an example, Charmed. You see what happened in that dynamic. The oldest, i.e. Prue, at the time, she's given the harder lesson of what needs to be done to protect the family. Whereas Phoebe, at the time, the youngest, she's allowed to be free spirited and do whatever she wants to do.
She was
Then,
allowed to be a whore.
Anyway, let me finish. Good God, all in the tea. Then when you see when Prue passes away, and now the change has now shifted to where you have Piper now as the oldest child, no longer playing mediator, now having to deal with I have to be strong for everybody else, just like my older sister was, you know, and then forcing Phoebe to now play that mediator role where she had never had to do that. That responsibility, her mindset had to change. And see, here's where men have a problem. The mindset of changing, like I have to evolve. I can't keep going in the same direction. That epiphany has not happened for 95% of the male populace. It has not happened. We still waiting. We still waiting for that epiphany to realize that we can't keep. And see, here's the thing. They'll say this quote: "The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing and not getting a different result." They keep doing the same thing and they're not getting any different results, and they don't realize that they need to change the motion. Hello, anybody home? I'm like, come on, y'all keep doing the same thing, and y'all like realizing that the results have not changed.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because we got a vision. Let's look at the vision. We gonna go back.
Is it player to lie to a woman to get what you want?
No, it's not player.
You think so?
Let me tell you why. I'm glad you said that.
Come on, talk to
Let
me.
me tell you why. Okay. Basically, lying to get some vagina, that's what it is manipulating, is lying. I'm not saying the men who do that, you're a bad person or whatever, because we all done did it before. Yeah. But what I'm saying,
you don't think it's more player. Like
no.
In the sense of being player, like
when you lying, that's what you lying. Just call it what it is. Now, being player is getting your way, but telling the truth.
You think
basically, hey man, I got this going on with this girl. You know what I'm saying? And the girl's still talking to you, even though you got a girl. Yeah. Even though you got this girl, that girl. That's player because
she knows
your way.
You
getting your way.
Don't say nothing, cause we about to get something. Don't even say nothing, sir. I want to know the last time you even had somebody even touch your hair. Second of all, I need to know who in their right mind would sit there and say, I want this person who's literally cheating on every girl that he's with me. That ain't gonna happen. Two, baby, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know. And I'm gonna keep it cute because we on YouTube. But baby, when is the last time a woman even gave you anything? If you're going to answer that in 5 seconds or less, well, I know it'll be less, but we're not going to go there.
Can I bring up the situation I talked to you about earlier? I mean, I'm comfortable with it.
Let's leave that for another time.
Okay.
But yeah, no, sir. No. Both situations that you described, it's still lying. Whether you're quote unquote being honest with the girl that you're talking to about what you're exactly doing, which you're really still not. Let's be honest and let's be clear. It's still lying. Because and you're still manipulating a woman to do something that she wouldn't normally do out of her own character.
Right, because it's always, you don't have to worry about her. And I've seen too many Reddit threads where the woman that they were told not to worry about is the woman that they secretly married. Like, oh, babe, I'll be back on Tuesday. I just have to take this business trip over the weekend. Out of every business trip I've had to take, it's never been over the weekend. Now, has it had to start because of the amount of hours I've had to travel? Yes. And I can clock that I'm on plane to plane to get to where I need to be. It's not fun. But if I can take a business trip over the weekend and come back and I've solidified that business, baby, I wasn't going for that type of business.
So yeah, no, sir. I'm sorry. I hate to burst your bubble, but one, a woman is never going to touch you because you're literally and utterly disgusting. Two, a woman would never deal with you because you're literally, utterly, completely, and ridiculously disgusting. And then three, just to pile that on there and put my little cherry on the top there, I'm going to tell you this right now to your face, that the very day a woman decides to even grace you with her presence, she would still give you nothing. Come out of here with that shenanigans. And then the other fool sitting there asking questions like he needed clarification. He knew what he was talking about. And you knew what he was going to say. So don't act like y'all ain't be scripting these shenanigans. Stop it. You're giving young men these impressionable things to do what they shouldn't be doing. And I'm not saying that men shouldn't be strong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a toughened exterior for what the world is going to throw at you, because it's going to throw it at you. It's going to throw you some curveballs. It's going to throw you some things that you ain't going to be ready for, or that sometimes even some lived experience that you may have had in your family or at school. Life outside of those realms is going to throw you some things that you're going to have to literally go into that shell and then come back out and then tough it out. But do not sit here and give these men false impressions about how the way the world works when it comes to women. That is not a way to approach a woman. That is not a way to get her to quote unquote score with you. It's not going to work. And I'm not saying that there aren't some women who will just be like, yeah, no. That ain't gonna happen.
You're gonna run across a woman like me, and don't take present day 45-year-old me, because this man right here knows the stories of younger me. I've calmed down. 45-year-old me is a lot more benevolent than younger me. And when I tell you I was bitch better have my money, Rihanna, that was never on any album that she had. She released that track to put a message out to somebody, collected her money, and never associated with any album that she had. But still lets that track run to this day.
I'm just like, it just infuriates me.
Y'all gonna fuck up, and you gonna run into a chick like me that's gonna disseminate your soul. And you gonna turn into one of those men with podcasts and say that women ain't shit. Where no, it wasn't that I wasn't shit. I matched your energy.
And see, here's my thing. Y'all are giving young men, young impressionable men, false ideas about what is going to happen when you try and get with a woman.
But they give young ladies a proper perspective, because I've sat back and listened to my brothers and cousins be told, oh, it's a loss for her. But we, as girls, when we are rejected, we're told, oh, you're just not the right one for him. It's okay. There'll be another one. And it's like, why can't you tell that to little boys as they grow up into young men, that, oh, she's just not the right one for you. You weren't the right one for her. We are taught that. We are taught compassion. Boys are taught that we are, just like, I'm sorry to keep bringing up that family from Frankfurt, but they are like the poster children for red flags. And the child that is the same age, weeks away, their birthdays are weeks away from my youngest son, who just turned 21.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know my youngest son and how respectful he is, and everything. It has been ingrained into not my son, but the other young man's head, that he is God's gift to women. That if a woman turns him down, she needs to be convinced that he's the bee's knees. He shits on himself to this day. He does not wash himself properly. And yes, I know these are superficial things, but I don't care if you're male, female.
That is not a superficial thing.
I don't care if you're male, female, or non-binary. Who wants to be around someone who you could be enjoying a great meal that will shit themselves and then look at you to clean it up? Who wants to be with somebody who can't even make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for themselves? So every time they get hungry, they're turning to you to do it.
Mm-mm. Absolutely
They
not.
praised for the simplest things and been told that they are God's gift to women.
Okay, can I speak on that? Let me just clarify something for you. Here's the gist. Women, I'm gonna need you to take this into full context here, and listen to me when I say this. Use these stupid, idiotic, misogynistic, crazy, completely and utterly, well, you know, you can say it, I can't say it.
Not on here, I can't.
Well, BS as a learning tool of what to avoid. Use these stupid men's podcasts as an educational tool, because they're saying, as my cousin likes to say, they're saying the quiet part out loud.
And go to the 2 podcasts that I told you of upstanding men who have podcasts, and they will, and I'm not saying literally they're giving you a checklist as to what to look for. I'm just saying, if give it a couple weeks of listening to their podcast, you will. Hold on, here comes Bobby.
I'm
Bobby.
so sorry.
No, Bobby, sorry. You came at the perfect time.
Okay, CJ's coming too.
Okay, but I was making a point because I know that there are horrific men that have podcasts, but I was telling people that the 2 podcasts, yours and another friend of mine's podcast, that people need to give you all a couple episodes. And I'm not saying that y'all are given a checklist as to what to look for, as to what's right in men or what's wrong in men, but you all aren't like the standard.
Okay.
Am I wrong in saying
that?
No.
You know, like you mean as far as like with men and their bullshit and talking to women and stuff like that, or?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So I people on your podcast may not know, and of course, you can follow me on Twitter, or whatever. Send me a friend request on Facebook, I'll accept it. But I get called a simp constantly because I'm like, come on, fellas, let's stop with the bullshit. And so I was called Zesty last month. Cat called me Zesty. Yeah, he called me Zesty because I was defending black women. And I was like, come on, fellas.
You didn't tell me about that.
You know what? I don't even remember what the post was, but I was like, stop
all the way together.
I was like, stop with the bullshit. And I'm like, I know men and women as a whole total, we have our issues, but I'm like, stop with the bullshit. I want to say it was, I wish I could remember, but the guy called me Zesty. And, then other dudes came, were like, you a simp, this and that, which that shit doesn't bother me. Cause I'm like, look, I don't, one guy was like, he said something, I'm kind of catering, or I'm simping I'm to these women or whatever. And I was like, look at my profile pic. Does it look like I need to do that?
But here's the thing, you should have immediately tagged me in, because as soon as he said Zesty, it would have been one of them men that would have allowed me to bring my backpack to his house and hey CJ.
He needed a drink.
we were both drinking. Wait a
minute. Bobby, be quiet. Hi, CJ.
Hey, what's going on?
Where
make me.
You supposed to be my old-time boo, CJ.
Look, I was in the corner pondering about you, as they say.
Yeah.
See,
Shade.
I wore this just for you, CJ.
Lord, do I need to close my eyes?
Oh my,
Well, yeah, because I love your wife, so you better
my
close your eyes.
day. Yeah, because I just want to be my special moment. I don't need everybody else looking at my special
Yeah, we
Okay.
moment
sorry.
for me. All right.
So
Me and
Look,
CJ, we're getting drunk on our podcast. Go
Hold
ahead. I'm
on, wait,
sorry.
hold on. We gonna have a 30 seconds of silence, and y'all,
Okay.
especially you, cousin, close your eyes for a minute, CJ.
what's
Let
up?
me
Oh
whisper
shit.
in your ear. Something that you need to hear. Bobby, stop looking at me.
I'm going to get some wine. Do I need to go get some wine right quick?
Go get some wine, because you like an older
Okay.
brother. And cousin, close. Thank you.
Thanks, D Mac. This is about us right now.
Hey, CJ,
Hey, how you doing? Oh,
what you doing?
nothing. Watching you.
What took you so long to get here, CJ?
I wanted to be right for you. I had to be
Ew.
100% for you when I came in. You know, I didn't need to be like half stepping.
But it's June and my birthday was in April, so where's my birthday gift? All I
It's
wanted was
here.
I just wanted some French fries, CJ.
I bought a whole case from Sam's, waiting on you.
You didn't tell me that you bought that.
Yeah, they here for you. I was waiting. I bought the whole case, and I had bought a bunch of grease. But I was like, she might not like grease, so I bought a big air fryer, so I can
No,
put them in the air fryers.
no,
So,
I need the grease on
you,
my
you
fries.
need your
Like
grease? Oh, I got grease on deck.
my thing is you can put everything else in the air fryer. But wait a minute, do you got
Okay,
cheese to put in my fries?
definitely. Hoy, you can't have the fries without the cheese, right?
Okay,
We on the same accord, right?
now I got another question. Did you buy extra cheese?
That did what?
Did you buy extra cheese?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I
y'all
have
come back
American.
down.
Wait a minute, I was trying to tell you about the American cheese, the all my different cheeses, even the goat cheese.
anyway, so let's continue on with this conversation
Wait, D
because
Mac, my
Okay,
game wasn't that
fine.
good,
We
D
got
Mac. I'm
another
sorry.
video that was sent in for y'all. Let me play the.
What? I like those.
But before we go to the next video, can I just?
Yes, you can, but no need to pull the shirt down though. I was
Okay, it's a whole dress. I just got
or
plump.
dress, you know. Let that dress be free.
I got plump between when I bought it
Mm-mm.
and my birthday. Don't judge.
Rosa Park that dress. Let it be free. Yes, you do.
I cannot afford another community guidelines violation.
I don't know what they do. I don't know. I'll protest appeal with you. I don't know what they got to do, but I'll appeal and protest with you.
girl, play the video.
Let me roll
D-Mac,
the
I'm working on my game, D-Mac. Come on now.
Let
Look,
me roll it. Let me roll this. Here go the video.
There's relationships where the man has the woman right where they want them, meaning, hey, don't be teaching her anything empowering. I like her just the way she is, basically doing what I say.
Yeah.
And when you come along and you teach someone and they start becoming powerful and they start relying on themselves and they start realizing the possibility, not a good husband, but there's going to be some husbands one of these days going, wait a minute, you're changing my wife.
100%.
And ultimately that scares men sometimes, certain kinds of
If
men.
they're not confident
Right.
in who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say back in high school or in my 20s, I was one of those where I didn't want my girl knowing that she's beautiful and that she could pretty much have any guy she wanted and that she had the capability of doing anything and being anything. I wanted her thinking that if she didn't have me, she was nothing.
I was told that before.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude,
Yeah.
like it's because coincidentally, it's because the dude that's doing that, they're scared, they're weak, and they don't want to see their girl, fly because they're insecure and they're weak and they're not man enough to admit it.
Before you all start to answer, I am going to remove myself from the stream and you all decide who's going to go first. And after you all speak, I will come back. Fair enough?
Wait a
Give me
minute, but before you leave though, is he Well, who's coming to talk to the lady, telling her those things?
The woman he was talking to.
So
Yeah.
there's another lady telling his lady, or is it another guy telling his lady that she's beautiful? Do you get what I'm saying?
According to the video, it was a lady telling a lady this, and
Okay.
he was trying to give advice to other ladies. But I'm gonna drop out because I've learned from other episodes that we have when we have subjects like this, even if I sit here and don't say anything, people want to focus on me. So I'm gonna drop out. Y'all figure out who's gonna go first, second, third, whatever, and then when you're done, I will pop back in. Okay? Can I get a thumbs up from everybody?
Yeah, that's cool.
Bobby Joe.
He raised the glass.
I have a lot of contradicting statements to make about that whole video.
I'm not
to be honest.
Y'all two start. I've been talking the whole time.
I think to be honest, I think that's I mean, like I said, I'm gonna have a few contradicting statements.
CJ, you want to start first, or you want me to?
I guess you just don't hear me talking right now, huh, bro?
No, I hear you. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What's wrong with you, man? You tripping? So,
yeah, I'm not in this conversation. Yeah, I've been talking since the hour started. So.
Let me check my mic, make sure Bobby hear me. Dang on it. You hear me, Bobby?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, with my contradicting statements, is that kind of go back to what the dudes would marry those Asian women and bring them over, and then they realize, hey, you Americanized them. Now, to an extent, there's some agreements to that, but at the same time, I think that dude is more of a controlling. In his statement, he's just trying to control the lady that he's with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you kind of get to the negative part of that. But say, for instance, like I'm gonna just say me, if I'm in a relationship with a young lady or a lady at this point, and you know I'm not gonna say so much as living on all my words, but you know she comes to me for certain things, for certain verbal things. And she's coming to me for that. That's fine. You know, we might have some type of agreement, some type of accord. Now, when you have somebody else on the outside coming in and trying to tell her, dictate or tell her things outside of what's inside our marriage or our relationship, yeah, I can have a problem with that, because then you're killing a happy home, and you know, the same time you're giving all this advice and this, that, you know, this, that, and the third. Your home might not even be ran even that great. But you're trying to give my girl something. You're trying to tell her these certain things that doesn't, you know. And I'm not gonna say with the beauty, but just other. If I'm gonna make a word, advisal things. If you're doing that, you know, I'm just like, no, I don't need that. We don't need that in this happy home. You're not gonna keep breaking it up. It's not about being insecure. It's about being.
It's not what? Go ahead.
Uh-oh. I think so.
Yeah.
You're frozen.
I'm about to text him.
Oh no. That literally caught him at the worst moment.
Let me text him. Hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Oh no.
I texted him.
So, do you want to go until he come back?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just. Oh, he's there. Is he there? Yeah. Okay.
Now, there we go. There you go.
CJ. Yeah.
I thought that was everybody, to be honest.
No, yeah. I was like, I just texted you. I was like, oh, you're frozen. Nah, I don't know. But go ahead.
Finish your thought.
I don't know where I got frozen. So it doesn't matter. I guess that was the angel saying, "Just shut up."
No, you can no. No. You got a lot more to say than I did. No,
all I was saying, I'm gonna tell you this real quick. All I was saying was, it's you can't have somebody coming into your happy home if it's a positive relationship, and you know, actually destroying that with their ideology. When their relationship is not as great as yours, you know, the only person that's going to make a relationship good is the two people. Now, like I said, that guy some of his statements is more of a controlling statement, and it's not the case with me. I don't need somebody coming in if I'm not controlling. If I'm just trying to do what's best for me and that person that's, you know, in that relationship with me. That's it. I mean, all the rest of that, is just washed under the rug or board. I don't care about the rest of it. But you're just not gonna come. Like how they say girls be on telling their home girlfriend, "Oh, don't do this with that guy. Don't do this with your boyfriend. Don't blah blah blah." No, that's not how it works. Because at the end of the day, you're not laying down with that person.
Right.
So you got to do what works right for you. But I'm done. I digress. I gotta go get some more vodka. Go ahead.
Jay.
What's up? Is that a ring?
Yes.
That's a what?
Oh yes. None of your business, Bobby.
Okay, sorry.
It's between us.
You see these carrots?
Yes, I do.
Oh God. Let me go get my phone charger. I'll be back.
Yes,
You know
I'm ready.
what?
I'm ready.
Okay.
He hating on me.
No, I'm not hating. I'm just going to get my phone charger. But go ahead.
Well, no,
Go
you got. No. Still your turn. I've been talking for a whole hour.
Okay. It's about to, no. With the video, I agree with a lot of what the guy said. I think a lot of times men are immature. I mean, not immature, but insecure, and they don't want their woman knowing. I don't know if their worth is the right term, but I'm all about, it's about growth and do you imagine how much your woman would love you, cater to you. I think a lot of men are just insecure and they want to lead and do, and they aren't a leader, but they want to lead and they want the woman to do this and that and this, and they don't want the woman knowing how special, how intelligent, how beautiful they are. I'd rather a woman want me than need me. Because when you think about it, a lot of these women, they're doing their own thing. They're successful. They don't need us. And I'm just speaking for me. Like my wife doesn't need me. She don't need me. But that's okay with me. I'm okay with that. I would rather her want me than need me.
That's kind of my point. In the point what I'm saying. So
yeah.
If they're wanting it, and like I said, you got somebody who's coming in.
Right.
Say, for instance, your wife loves catering to Bobby, loves doing everything for Bobby. I don't know.
And
rub your
and
feet
she
when you come
doesn't.
from work.
And
And
she
she
doesn't.
loves it. And well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Hey, bro, if you don't know, CJ was at my wedding. CJ was at my wedding.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Let's
she don't like
pause.
you.
We
Nah,
are
just-
not going to disparage my good sis on here.
Oh, we're not. We're not. No, not at all.
But let's give some caveats. You got to give some caveats. Don't sit there.
CJ was at. Let me tell
doesn't
you.
want to do X1. No, it's not that she doesn't want to. She doesn't have to.
No, exactly. She doesn't. But I want a side note. I just want
But
y'all to
people
know.
don't know that, Bobby. And when you just made the comment that you made, they don't know that about her. That's what I'm saying. Give the
Okay.
caveats.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how I am about my good sis. You know.
But you know, I'm
How I am
all,
about my good sis. We're not gonna do this today, tomorrow, or the next day.
but I'm all about celebrating my people too, because I want to let y'all know, for everybody who's watching,
I
CJ,
understand that, but we need to give some caveats to what you
and we
saying.
do. But can we give a special shout out to CJ, because CJ was at my wedding and he had on this. He was looking casket sharp.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's
But
do some
let's
things.
go back to the conversation that you had.
Okay, right.
When you was acting like your wife won't cater to you, she knows that there are certain circumstances that she does need to cater to you, and she
Right.
knows because of who you are, there are certain circumstances she should not cater to you because of who you are, and
Right.
you need to make that known. Don't just let people run with it in the public
Oh,
and
okay.
be hating on
Yeah,
your
right.
wife.
Right,
What I'm
right.
saying.
No, absolutely not.
I think Bobby was just saying that she caters to certain aspects, but that's one of the things she won't
And
cater
that's
to.
why I caught it, because
I'm
CJ,
the Black Captain America.
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like, CJ, you, me, and
Yeah.
him know this. Everybody else watching doesn't.
I'm Isaiah Bradley. She don't have to worry about anything. I'm the Black Captain America. Have I brought the Shield in on your podcast? I
First
haven't.
of all, you haven't, you hater. And I also saw on your Instagram that you also got Mjolnir. And
I do.
yeah,
Hold
I'm
on.
feeling some type of way
Let me
about that.
let me get my charger because I'm
Yes, go get your
worldwide.
card because you still haven't sent me a birthday gift. And since you
I'm
won't send
sorry.
me the shield, I need something.
Let me go get the Shield and my charger. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
you gonna go get the you gonna be petty tonight.
Bobby want the shield and the charger. You just can't go get the charger, huh, Bobby?
Okay, you gonna go get the shield? Let me go get my reference books.
Reference. What we talking
Oh
about?
Lord, here we go.
What's the D-Mac? What's the reference book?
So she has the DC and Marvel like anthology, which has every known DC and Marvel character in it.
All the characters.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Marvel book.
Okay, can we not devolve into that tonight?
He started this. I'm about to finish it.
Here we go. Jesus.
And we have the Marvel Encyclopedia. Now, if we need to go to more reference material, we can go up to my office. We can go to the action figures. We can go to the other archives, the first editions that I have and everything else, because he is trying my... CJ, get your boy.
Can I make my point on this?
Make your
video?
point.
And you drop out again, please.
Make your point. Look, oh Lord. I'll take your point. Go make it, brother.
No, he
your
didn't.
point not gonna make it.
The Shield and Mjolnir. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Where's the axe, Bobby?
Hell.
Where's the and where's the axe? And
I'm gonna order Stormbreaker off Amazon soon.
And where's Valkyrie? Where's Valkyrie? Because Thor is nothing without Valkyrie in all of her melanated glory.
Okay, okay, drop out. Now, drop out. Good God.
Now you can have your point. I'm with you.
Jesus. Because both of y'all are petty. Both of you. Can't even have a good moment. Y'all sitting here being petty to each other. So here's my take on that video. And as much as I was just like, I'm looking at this and I'm trying my best not to be as skeptical or as pragmatic when he was making his points, but I'm just like, sir, first of all, let's be clear. If you're so this woman has chosen, first of all, because let's be real, women make that choice willingly to be with you.
Yeah.
That's a choice that they make. So if you're not in your woman's ear telling her that she's this, that, and the third, and that you're gassing her up and making sure that she's, got her thing up here already, then why are you with her? That's my first thing. And second of all, if you're not comfortable in your own ego, your own anything, to have somebody outside of that, just even tell her that, but you're trying to bogart, put that wall up so that nobody can even, I'm not saying like talk to her like to take her away from you, but just like even in talk, because that's what he made it sound like, that, she was just talking to other people and he didn't like that.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable like that, to say, even if it's another dude, like say it's her boss, and he's just full 6 feet away, just talking to her, telling her that she's done a good job, this, that, and the third, and you're sitting there being jealous. What for?
Yeah,
that's her job. She's trying to make money so that we can survive. It's a two household income. You can't survive on one no more unless you got money.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because we have another video that was submitted by the people, and they want you all's opinion on it. So I'm gonna run this video. As the video is running, I'm gonna pull myself out again, and y'all have at it. Here we go.
anything's wrong with that, though, right?
No, I just paid $300 for the steak, and you saying you going home? You got church? I'll take you to church tomorrow. Just stay at my house tonight.
I don't think so. I have church this morning.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. I take a female out, and now you saying you got church. You didn't say nothing about church when I paid that $300 steak. Yeah, now you quiet.
Okay.
That's wrong with y'all females.
No,
y'all always want dudes to take stuff, but y'all don't want to take care of the dudes. What's going on?
And take care of you how?
What you mean take care of? Take care of me.
Take care of you how?
I want you to go to my house.
You want me to pray for you? I can do that. You need Jesus?
Where's your car? I'll walk you to your car. Cause this is what I'm talking about right here. Like, I don't know what's up with y'all females these days. Y'all want to break it bad. Y'all want me to do the first day to my y'all bills due, nails done. I pay for this big boy steak, and you can't go home with me?
God supply all my needs.
And now you just...
I want to say something, but I want to make sure I come off right when I say this.
What just say it?
I'm like, sir. See, there's really no right way to tackle this because it's a two-part issue. Because one, both of y'all agreed to go on this date, apparently. I can't speak what happened before the date. We only see in the aftermath. But I'm guessing at this particular point, both of y'all agreed to go on this date. Now, if you didn't talk particulars about what was going to happen after, I mean, you're expecting something for just doing the bare minimum. I'm confused. Now, should she have ordered whatever they ordered? Girl, if you knew you wasn't going to give up the kitty, then you should have kept it respectful and gone about your business. I'm just, wait, let me finish.
Go back out, because me and Bobby haven't said nothing anyway.
No, I mean, she can stay in and go out. I do.
Okay, CJ, all right.
I'm just, here's why I said what I said. For the most part there, you already know what's going to, women already know what's going to happen or what's not going to happen. Let's be real. They already have made that conscious choice of what's going to happen. But I'm just like, here's the thing. You and this dude were talking, and I don't know what happened or disseminated before we got to this scene that we're at right now. If you didn't want to, if you're not going home with him or you're not doing anything, stand in that choice, and you could have called yourself an Uber and gone home.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, can I say this? Let me back up to like where you saying like the particular should have been talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no thing. I mean, especially if you getting let's say a respectable young lady, or to take her out, it's not like you're gonna be like, listen, I'm gonna take you to the highest, I mean, the most expensive restaurant in
the world,
in town, and I'm gonna pay for a $300 steak, and you can give me some pussy later, right? That's not. That's unspoken if it's a, say for instance, if you're really trying to get to know a person, because if you're just trying to hit straight off the top, you're not going to the most expensive restaurant, because especially if you know she like, let's say a trap queen, you're not trying to, she getting taken to Burger King, and then, right? So what I'm saying is, hey, how you doing? So what I'm saying is those particulars don't be discussed, but if it's a high, as in the words of my homeboy, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, a high value lady, you don't speak those things. You just and this I'm gonna take it back what I said last week or 2 weeks ago. Men, we're so much of a chasee, right? I mean chasers, and the women are chasees. It is a roll of the dice when we take a lady out on the first date. So your thing is, let's say you have a high value lady, you might want to take her to the lower high class restaurant and roll them dice and hope you might get, if you say all the right words, to get you, to get you some that night. And if it doesn't happen, then that's just kind of like one of those things where you say, "Oh, I'm gonna charge that part to the game," right?
It's amazing that you bring up Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels, by his definition, a high value woman isn't going to give it up on the same night. So how do
I kind of disagree with that, because I know some that has done it once.
Using his words.
Okay. And I live on his words. I ain't gonna lie. That man spoke the truth. R.I.P. Big
Jesus.
Dog.
Yeah, my pussy done
One sip
dried
for Kevin.
my pussy done dried all the way the fuck up. We're gonna have to reevaluate this relationship, CJ.
It's tongue so
Your tongue can be as wet as you want
I
to.
was just trying.
If you licking a cactus, it still ain't gonna get wet unless you get to. And it ain't gonna wait. Ain't no way for me anatomically as a woman for you to get to my root. But okay.
Right, go ahead.
But here's the thing. Kevin Samuel said that a high value woman isn't going to give it up on the first night. So how do you, Kevin Samuelites, follow Kevin Samuels and then expect a woman to give it up on the first night when he said that we are low value for giving it up on the first night, and we are low value for having children out of wedlock or being a single mother? Because I didn't have any of my children out of wedlock, but I still ended up a single mother and still did the damn thing. So according to him, you shouldn't be attracted to me because I should be unattractive, even though I have 4 college graduates. I own a business. I have a savings account. I should not be desirable to any man. But we already proved at the beginning of you joining this podcast, I am desirable. So you cannot say that you follow the doctrine of Kevin Samuels if you are attracted to me.
You didn't hear what I said in the beginning. I said I agree and disagree.
No.
And I'm explaining that one.
Nope, there's nothing to explain. I already explained that. We're going to put that on pause for just a second. Let's move on. Now, additionally, as we peruse the parameters of the bullshit that keeps getting scratched up in this kitty litter box, shall we go on? Or do you need a moment?
Can I have my disagree and agree moment?
Oh, so you
so
need a
when
moment.
I said I agree and disagree with Kevin saying with the high value woman thing, with any lady, it doesn't matter. You high value, low class, middle class, I don't care who you are. You take them out on a first date, they may not give you, let's say, some sex, right? But there is a potential to be, there's potential. I don't care what class you are, there's potential to get it on first night. You can't tell me there are a ton of women that like, I don't have sex on first nights, that have had sex on first nights, didn't have sex after that, but they've had it on first night and it was like, I messed up. Because the potential is always there. And that doesn't matter what class or what status you may be in. It just matters on who you're talking to across from that table at the time, what type of conversation you're having with that person at the time, what type of mood you may be in at time, what kind of rebound you might be on. That all comes full circle. So that's why I say I agree and disagree with him. Yeah. If I take a high class woman out to eat,
all of that.
Huh?
Just like men can look at a woman and go, you know what? I'd fuck her tonight. You think we women don't think the same thing?
And that's why I say there's potential. The potential is always going to be there.
Liberated women, just like myself, will be like, you know what? I'm feeling him. I'm going to fuck him. And you know what stops it? Your mouth.
My wife.
I just said that.
Hold
I
on.
just said that.
Can I say this?
Even after we fuck your brains out, you know what stops the next encounter? Your mouth.
I just said that though. I said the conversation what happens across that table is either it's going to get you or not get you. That conversation might get you on night 1, and my conversation might get on night 2, night 3, 4, 5, 6,
If you
or
don't
never.
If you don't get us on night 1, you're not going to get us ever unless we feel you're a trick. And I'm being real.
And I'm going to tell you this. As a dude that has slept with many women that did not like me, that could not stand me, hated my guts, come down the road, got it later. You know why? And they've even said it. I cannot stand you. I can't believe I end up in the bed with you.
And you still think
you know why?
You still think that they can get something out of you?
Oh, they probably get, here's the thing. You can get whatever you want out of me, but the thing, it doesn't matter to me because you know why? At the end of the day.
And it doesn't matter to us.
I was about to say, because it don't matter to me because I've gotten something that as a lady, they will never be able to get back. Which I mean, I got that jewel.
In our brain,
you'll never get that back.
You're the trick. And the thing about it is, what I think is so amazing about men are like, oh, if you run through so many women, they're like, blah, 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 blah. No, actually, we women run through y'all.
You listen. That was the same thing we said 2 weeks ago, right?
Unless you're committing sexual assault, we're running through y'all.
So the chasee is the chaser.
First of all, who said we were the chasee? Because if you look at Animal Planet, if you look at the animal kingdom, the top tier of every animal hierarchy is a woman, is a female.
I get that. But what I'm saying is, in the, let's say, flesh or whatever it may be, the guy is the chaser and the lady's chasee. But in reality, that's what I'm saying. Wait. But the lady is, but in reality, the lady is the chaser and the guy's chasee. Because the guys are the ones that really chosen, to be honest.
The patriarchy has made you feel that way, which has made it easier for us women. That's why we can come out and we can just give you a text message. We can give you a smile. We don't even have to put money down on the table. And we can give you every sign that you don't even have to put money on the table. And we still run through you and go home and sleep like a baby. But you still don't want to admit it because you're beholden to the white man's patriarchy. And you need to be beholden to that for your masculinity. And that goes to my next question that was sent in. Okay. How can women in your life comfort you when you're in distress?
I'll just say, just kind of be understanding. That's it for me. Like, today I was having a moment. I was at work. I felt like I was being pulled in so many different directions. We have our counseling session every 2 weeks, and I just like at the end of my day, I thought I was going to leave work earlier than I did, and I just wasn't having at the end of the day, wasn't having a good day, and I just feel like just kind of be understanding of that, and that's it for me. I don't necessarily need you to fix it and offer, like women, like I'm not gonna say all women, like offer a solution to fix it. Just hear what I have to say, and just kind of be mindful and kind of understand it, kind of pick up on different things, and that's it for me, really.
So after listening to the conversation that, just happened, trying to pick and choose here. So
just say CJ right.
You a goddamn lie. Ain't nothing about it. Right.
I know this family feedback, but just say CJ right.
You're cute, but you ain't right. Don't try me.
Here's my final thought for the opinion, because I know we've gone way over our timetable. I didn't even realize what time it was.
Oh no, I didn't put a timetable on tonight because I knew they would be delayed.
Okay. I'll say this. For the most part there, when what happens here is bad communication happens on both sides. I'm not going to say it's all on women. I'm not going to say it's all on men. There are times where we just don't effectively communicate to each other. And then when things happen, we all want to point fingers instead of actually taking accountability for the fact that we didn't communicate exactly what we wanted to have happen. And whether I'm right or wrong, or y'all want to say I'm right or wrong, I don't care. I'm just going to say most of the time we just don't effectively communicate. And then when the shit hits the proverbial fan, now everybody want to act out. Because she claiming, I got to go to church. And he's claiming, well, I bought you this. I'm just like, did you effectively communicate what you wanted to happen? Did you effectively communicate what you wanted to have happen? Because obviously nobody talked about anything or said anything.
He communicated that I was a heathen.
Well, I'm not talking about you.
CJ ain't picking up what I'm putting down. So that's why we having an online tiff right now.
And I'm just like, here's the problem. And see, people think that, and again, you guys can let me know if you're not going to effectively communicate with the person that you're speaking with, then just stop talking to them. Just stop it, because it's a waste of your time. It's a
So you
waste.
saying that dude should stop talking to her because she didn't want to have sex with him that night after $300 steak?
First of all, he chose the restaurant. If you paid attention to the
Well,
video.
yeah, I get that part, but I'm just saying, like, let's say even if he took her to
We
Burger
don't
King
even
and
know
stayed on
if
the-
she even ordered steak.
right? Well, we're just going off the premises of it, though, right?
And the thing about it is, there was also a Discord on TikTok today where we women were asked, like, hey, if a date doesn't work out and a man wants the money back, would you give it back? I've been in that situation, and I gladly gave the money back because I wanted him to leave me alone. Unfortunately, and my cousin knows this because he saw the receipts, someone that I refunded for a date, blocked years ago, got a new phone number and decided to message me last night. Like, hey, let's rekindle this. It wasn't a good thing, my boy.
Did you tell him that?
It wasn't. Yes, I did. Like, it wasn't a good thing, my boy. And we weren't even romantic. We were just supposed to be buddies. We were supposed to be friends. And you took this to a whole nother level. I blocked you years ago on everything. You finally got a new number, went back or wrote down my number and decided to try me, thinking that I was just going to be like, oh, yes, come on in. No. I'm not going to end up on a t-shirt because of somebody's ego. And sorry, not sorry. I know that I have some good men in my life, and I know the men on this panel are some good men that don't react like this. But we have to also address the fact that there's some bullshit, ain't shit men that can't take no. We're not talking about disrespectful rejection. I'm not talking about the women that want to film just being disrespectful to a man. That, hell, I'm a woman. If somebody did that to me, I'll be ready to square up with you. That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about when you're out somewhere, like I was on Tuesday, when somebody offered to buy me a drink and I said, no, thank you. And he was like, well, since you said thank you, that means that it's an open invitation. I'm just trying to be polite and stay alive.
So CJ, when I say effective communication, I literally mean that.
Yeah.
I don't mean so let's take it back. So let's say they started talking to each other. So let's say he was honest with her and said, hey, I'm looking for something tonight. She would have then at that opportunity had all rights to say either yes or no. Now, granted, we wouldn't have known what would have happened with that yes or no, because again, like Taz was saying, some of these dudes don't know how to take that as a full-on sentence, as a full-on declarative sentence. That's not going to happen.
Yes. You can say yes because of the conversations that have had before then, the FaceTime that have had before then, and then you get to the restaurant, then you're like, "Whoo, stranger danger," and you're like, and the fact that he said, "I'll walk you to your car," old girl drove herself. If a woman is secure with you and you've already told her what you expect, and she's like, "Oh shoot, I'm down," she's willing to let you pick her up. And I'm saying this as a full-grown 45-year-old. Goddamn Urbane.
Right on cue.
He'd be so jealous when I talk about any type of love for anybody else. Jesus, y'all forgive my dog. He think he's supposed to be the only man in my life. And he think it's supposed to be mommy's son.
But see, but D-Mac, listen, if you're talking, if you're sitting there telling that lady from before you go out, this is what I expect. I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna give you everything on a date tonight. I just want some sex at the end of the night. How many women gonna be like, okay, yeah, that's worth anything? This is what guys do.
Mm-hmm.
We see a lady, huh?
then get
Nah.
an escort.
Nah, it's not like do see. Literally
No,
do
if
see
you want
women.
sex on the first night for
Nah.
a monetary exchange,
This go.
get an escort.
This goes back to what I've been saying. I said this on a 10 million podcast. No man in this freaking world, I ain't gonna say in this world, but 99.9% of dudes, when they see a young lady that's attractive, they don't say, "Ooh, look at her. I want to go marry her, have a house, white picket fence, 6 kids, dogs, a house, and a boat. That's what I want from her." Hell no. Dudes see, do you know what they do? What they see first? Attraction. The attraction is, damn, she fine. Next thing
I'm not gonna say that that's not the case. Yeah,
exactly.
it is.
That's the point. And then after that thought,
100% of the time.
exactly. That's 99.9. And then after that thought, the next thought is you trying to smash. So what's gonna happen when you want to smash? You want to take them out because the end goal at that point. Hold on. At the end of goal at that point is taking a person out to do whatever you need to do. Give them flowers. Be all nice guy to just so you can sleep with them.
No.
And what
I'm
happens
gonna
is within that
That is
transition,
what you
they
do.
end up beating. No, that is 99.9%
No.
of guys.
No. That's
No, ma'am.
99.9% of
Come
your
on,
thought.
Bobby.
Because
First thing you
since
see in
I
your
was
wife, what you
nine-
see?
Since
What-
I
come
was
on, Bobby.
19, I can give you
Don't say Look at he laughed, Bobby. What you see
No,
first?
I can.
Man
First
to
of all,
man.
I'm the woman that y'all trying to get. Since I was
You
19
just-
years old, I've had men approach me, and every single time, and to this day, that's why I keep getting rings every fucking month. And my cousin can confirm this.
And what you think they're trying to get? It ain't that dog, a house, and the picket fence.
Some booty.
Thank you. It's booty. Booty is one. It might not be one. It's gonna be two. It's gonna be three. And then after that point,
First of
everything
all,
comes after that.
No, I'm not denying my sex appeal. I'm
Yeah.
not.
That's what
But-
men see first.
Nuh-uh. Men see that to a certain age.
Shit.
Because now, nope. Once I got into my 40s, especially now at 45, there's a lot of men who ain't shit so long in their life that they didn't take care of their credit, that now they're looking at me as a business owner, as a property owner. They're looking at me as a shelter.
Okay. Listen to this. Have you never been around somebody that says, "Damn, Taz, find it in the motherfucker. And she got good credit. Man, I hit that where we be straight. I'll be straight." What you think that whole sentence and phrase is? I'm gonna give me some booty. When I get booty, I'm gonna wake up the next day with good credit and stay in somebody's house. That's what that comment is.
But
Ain't no
here's-
dude. You got old uncle still today that says,
I've
"Ooh,
lived
she
through
fine
that,
that
but here's the
motherfucker."
thing.
He ain't trying to go live with nobody. I mean, he ain't
But
trying to
here's
get the
the
whole
thing.
picket fence house.
I've lived through that statement. And you know what that statement got me through?
What's that? What's
a
that?
friend from high school that I had to garnish his wages to get a stack back from him when he lied to me
Damn.
about his daughter needing assistance. And
Yeah.
I felt bad about his daughter and putting a stack up when he knew that they were putting that child up for adoption. Also, it came down to a man not having a place to live, a hobosexual, and thinking that if he gassed my head up, he could move into my house. So, what I said stands corrected.
Let's back up. Where was he living at?
I'm trying to give you a female perspective because
Okay.
there are a lot of things that men will high five and lie to other men about, like, "Oh yeah, I got over on her and I'm here for this," and you don't really know what got him through the door, what keeps him through the door. He's lying to
Listen,
you.
Well, that's why I said 99.9% of men.
It
when
ain't
the
even
first thing they see a woman or a
99%,
lady,
babe.
it is gonna be the attraction. It's not about trying to live and move in,
No,
blah blah
you're
blah.
not listening to me.
I hear
It's
you.
attraction on the man's part. When
Yeah.
it comes to the woman
Uh-huh.
in 2022, fucking attraction. Because at this point, with me running an IT consulting company, you know the majority of my business right now is me doing background checks on men for women. So y'all not getting over on these women, and y'all not thinking that, oh, they're just for Clint because we're attracted to them because they're beautiful. No, I'm trying to hip you to the game.
I'm an IT
What
too,
you
but
think
you know, so
women are looking at, and what you and the thing about it is, you have your own, and you're like, oh, no. You and your 10 friends that you are counting as the 99.97% of people. No, you all are the rarity that can stand on your own. The vast majority of men that are going after successful women, women that can stand on their own, women that can go Dutch, women that can go, you know what, babe? I'm attracted to you. I'm going to take you out on this date. I'm going to pay for it. I don't give a damn. I want to go on this trip. You going with me? Just pack your bag and come with me. It ain't the men that you regularly talking to. I'm telling you. Because I got a motherfucker right now that is still trying to take me to small claims court over a Biggie fry. When was the last time Wendy's had a Biggie fry? My ass was a freshman in high school. But he didn't have a problem with buying me a Biggie fry until he found out that I had a business of my own. That's how petty your fellow brethren are. And then you have women like me and Bobby
my
Joe,
fellow brethren,
my
though.
cousin, can tell you, if I want to go somewhere, I'm going. And if I want you to be there with me, I'll just be like, fuck it, pack a bag. Hell, me and my cousin talked about a brunch I want to have in New York next month. Correct, cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Did I ask you to bring money? I want you to meet the people that's meeting me there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I told you what my budget was. Just asked you not to exceed my budget, so I could go home and pay my bills. Now, my budget is a little bit more than other people, but we ain't gonna go. And Bobby Joe knows me, right?
Yeah, I do.
There was a point in time in my life that I was scandalous. That I was fantastic coast to coast. And he got to see in 4K as it happened, my scandalous. I ain't gonna hide that. I ain't ashamed. It is what I did. So I'm just saying, But there are some men that get in their feelings because I didn't even date this dude. Like every time we went somewhere, we went Dutch. This motherfucker, when I said I didn't want to deal with him, wanted to charge me gas mileage for him volunteering to take me places.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my lovely people, I have to wake up tomorrow morning. I am fading fast.
Yeah,
so
me too.
But you go ahead, and I love y'all, and for everybody watching, just so you know, my cousin sent me a birthday gift. This one didn't, and wait a minute, neither did Bobby Joe. So I'm still waiting.
I'll send you a birthday gift.
And since CJ, my boo, has said that he loves Kevin Samuels, I think
you done left me.
I think I need like a bouquet of French fries. I think that's
I'm sending them.
Okay.
Frozen readies.
I need your whole entryway full of French fries. And I found out that they make cookie French fries too. So really? I'm gonna need a combination.
Easy. Done deal. I'm on it. Oh,
so July?
Gotcha.
Okay. You see this crack? I'm leaving the crackhead at home because you see.
Well, all right, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.
Yeah,
I'm paying too much for this hair. What is he doing?
Girl, you better get them together.
Yeah, you need to make a TikTok video page with him.
No,
He's
he
off the
about to
chain.
go. No, Bobby Joe. Oh, you didn't see my Facebook post, Bobby Joe. He about to go to boarding school for 2 weeks. I'm
He's nuts.
How old is he?
You not enacted my Siri, bitch. He'll be at the end of the month.
6?
He's
Wow.
a Beagle Dalmatian mix. So at this point,
Oh, wow.
he's an adolescent.
Okay.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Oh gosh.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
CJ, you supposed to, but you
Yes,
talking
CJ.
Kevin Samuels, Bobby Joe, get your boy together.
Bobby Joe, low key, he be listening. He agreed to. He just don't want to say
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I can't say anything.
Bobby Joe, did you not show him the infamous picture?
No comment. No, I don't have that picture anymore.
What infamous picture are we talking about?
I'll send it back to you, Bobby Joe. You send it to him.
Okay, I will. Please do.
What are we talking? What are we?
I'll send it to you shortly.
Oh, okay.
We
Well,
don't
you-
get off here.
Yeah, you lovely people have a great night. Appreciate you for having me.
I got it.
And Bobby Joe already knows. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Bobby, you already know Bobby Joe.
Yeah. You send it. I'll send it to him.
2 minutes. We gonna forward it to you, and you gonna get a dose of act.
I got you. I got it. I'm sending it. I'm waiting, and yeah, because I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch a little bit of this draft, and if it's still on, that dog is killing me.
No, he's an ass. Oh, and y'all know, Doctor Strange drops tonight on Disney Plus. If you didn't see
Oh,
it,
I've been watching. Oh, Doctor Strange. No, it's already.
You know what?
I've been watching it.
I actually watched it today at work because when I seen it today at work, I don't know why it was on there.
Okay, first of all, Bobby,
He want that muzzle off.
says that
Man, he's wild.
First of all, Bobby Joe, my sponsorship says that I have to say that it dropped tonight. So go with me.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. I got you.
Okay, yeah.
Got you.
Oh, let me go check that out.
It dropped tonight on Disney.
What? What? I didn't know. I'm gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah.
What?
And I will have some Disney Plus recipes for y'all tomorrow, including Golden Crisp cinnamon donut recipe in the morning.
Right.
I spent all the money to get my hair done, and he done fucked it up.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's funny.
Oh, I'm dying. But yeah. Send the pic. Yeah, I'm
I just wasted $500 today.
Anyway, what the heck?
All right. Yeah.
All right, you lovely people have a great night.
Yeah.
I need to pack.
I'm about to roll out
again this weekend. So.
Send that picture, and I'll be up.
All right, have a good one.
I'm gonna send the picture as soon as we drop. But tomorrow, you guys, y'all love content with my sons because we do all the Marvel stuff together, and I will have some Marvel recipes, but it'll be on my Instagram, which is linked into bio, and my dog is here, so you know.
Okay. Well, look, I'll be on the lookout for it. I'm about to go so I can go lay down. I got to work in the morning.
Well, I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram. You send it to him from. Wait a minute, CJ, you got my email. Just email me back the number, and I'll just send it to you direct. Okay.
Gotcha. I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm curious. I don't know what this picture we talking about, but I'm curious now.
I think that would be safer.
And just send it to me whenever you're done. Okay. All right.
All right. Later.
All right. See y'all.
Y'all, thank you once again.
All right.